So Trump is going full throttle on eliminating freedom of speech. We've got students at Texas Tech arrested for making fun of Charlie Kirk's death. Now, here's the thing: whether you grieve Charlie Kirk or not, doesn't matter. You can make fun of that all you fucking want as protected by the First Amendment. I make 9/11 jokes all the fucking time. I'm from New York. It's not illegal to make fucking jokes, but seemingly Donald Trump and his Gestapo Nazi followers are cracking down on it. Legalize comedy. Remember that? Then we've got Trump is already attacking the press. As you know, he's been attacking the press since he was inaugurated. And recently, he was just asked a question, and he targeted the reporter and goes, who do you work? You work for ABC, right? Yeah, you know, I just got $16 million from ABC. Maybe they should target you. Maybe we should fire you, all because he was asked a tough question. And then again, an Australian reporter asks him a tough question, and Trump goes, he's like, where are you from? You're Australian? You know I'm meeting with the Australian president soon, or prime minister, whatever the fuck. I'm meeting with them soon, and you really set a bad tone. I'm going to tell them about you. Next time, come with a better tone. So, and then not only that, they are cracking down on labeling all liberal and leftist organizations as domestic terrorists. And this is because they're trying to prevent any liberals or leftists from running for the presidency in 2028. So this all leads me to something that I will cover in a much longer video. But I believe that Donald Trump and the CIA, in collaboration with Mossad, assassinated Charlie Kirk using a body double and very realistic masks of somebody that they knew would be at the school who had a perfect profile for the left to blame the right and the right to blame the left. We got "Hey fascist catch" followed by "If you read this, you're gay." You know what I'm saying? He's not a registered Republican. He's not a registered Democrat. We got footage of the kid in two different outfits during the shooting. One in a maroon shirt, one in the black shirt with the American flag. We got the kid saying on Discord, I think my doppelganger is trying to get me in trouble. Listen, I'm always right, and I do firmly believe that this was a government-orchestrated hit in order to radicalize the moderate Republicans into becoming complete and total fascists, just like Charlie Kirk was. Hi, welcome to the Valenti VOD. I'm your perfect and humble leader, Chris Valenti. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. It costs you nothing, and it helps me immensely. If you do want to support the channel financially, because this is real independent media, and I have no funding, there's a couple of ways you could do it. You could buy a poster like that, the merch located down below. You can use the 40% off discount code down below. You can become a member by clicking the join button down below. You can donate to the channel by clicking the thanks button down below. And last but not least, you can become a patron on Patreon. Thank you very much for 96,000 subs. We're inching closer and closer to 100K, and then we're going to get that YouTube play button. I love you all, but I want to just dive into this. I know I'm not live. It's because I have to go to the gym very soon, and then I have some shit to do later today. But let's just dive right into the pre-recorded. This is from CNN. Trump and his advisors plan for crackdown on left-wing groups, channeling anger over Charlie Kirk's killing. President Donald Trump said Monday he'd consider naming far-left anti-fascist group Antifa as domestic terrorists. You know what's funny about this? Do you know who I think of when I think of Antifa? The 101st Airborne dropping in on Normandy. The United States military lowering the ramps on our boats as our boys ran out to go fight the Nazis. I think of Easy Company because guess what they were? Anti-fascist. So, and also, I just want to say one thing. The right is fully admitting, finally, that they are fascists, okay? When you see something like Trump is naming an anti-fascist group as domestic terrorists, well, that is the government admitting that they are the fascists and they are afraid of the anti-fascist group. So, I will never stop saying this. I will always be screaming this until they eventually and ultimately arrest me for being a dissident of the Fuhrer, but Donald Trump is a fascist. Every single person who still supports Donald Trump is a fascist, and they are inferior to you. Stephen Miller is a Nazi, And none of these people want you to have any say in anything about your own life. If you're gay, they want you dead. If you're trans, they want you dead. If you're black, they want you dead. If you're not Christian, they want you dead. If you don't blindly support every action made by the United States military, they want you dead. Facts don't care about your fucking feelings. This is reality. Bite the fucking bullet and accept that you are indeed up against Nazis. Previewing a plan to crack down on what he's cast as a widespread network of left-wing radicals inciting violence. It's something I would do, yeah, he said when asked whether he would assign a domestic terrorism label to Antifa, saying he would proceed if he found support from cabinet officials and the Justice Department. I also want to point out we still don't have a motive for the shooter yet. We still have no motive whatsoever. Granted, the evidence that we have is pointing to the fact that he was a groyper. If this is even the shooter, which I am not on board for, I do believe that that is a patsy, much like Lee Harvey Oswald was a patsy for the government-orchestrated hit of John F. Kennedy. These are facts. These are facts. It wasn't clear who or what exactly Trump would designate. Antifa is a loosely organized movement without a distinct leader, membership lists, or structure. But the president's openness to action underscored his intent to quickly move against political opponents. Trump could begin rolling out actions targeting liberal organizations as soon as this week, people familiar with the discussion said, as he looks to channel conservative anger over Charlie Kirk's killing to go after his rivals. Now, not only is like this so clearly being weaponized because they wanted this to happen. This is why I believe the government did it. You're seeing how the government is like, ooh, this is good, let's use this. You never waste a good crisis. Yeah, you also manufacture your own crises. Right when the Epstein book got released and everybody started pointing the fingers, maybe I'm crazy. Maybe I'm the only one with my fucking eyes open. I can't tell anymore. But I certainly do not believe Kash Patel's FBI. I don't believe it. Now, I want to move on. Speaking of Kash Patel, I have some... Kash Patel is getting, like, grilled on the House floor. Or what is it? It's like an oversight committee. Let me see if I could pull up the clips here. Yeah, check this out. Look at this. Let me increase the volume.
You've seen most of the files. Who, if anyone, did Epstein traffic these young women to besides himself?
Himself. There is no credible information. None.
Just so you know, this is the same fucking loser who said that he had the Epstein list sitting on his desk, riddled with names of the country's elite.
If there were, I would bring the case yesterday.
No,
that he trafficked to other individuals. And the information we have, again, is limited.
So the answer is no one?
For the information that we have.
In the files?
In the case file.
Oh, great. So the FBI has the case files, they have the Epstein files, and yet they still claim that there is literally nothing in the files. You can't fucking make this shit up. Look at this, too. Mike Johnson saying that Gavin Newsom should be tarred and feathered.
On the left for a long, long time.
The political world to lower the temperature, cool down the rhetoric, and not use words like evil, enemy. The president himself has referred to Democrats oftentimes as evil, enemy. Would you urge him, would you advise him to tamp down the rhetoric?
The president has been called the most despicable names by people on the left for a long, long time.
Are you talking about Donnie Diddle's kids? Are you talking about the fact that we have a fascist Fuhrer? Are you talking about the fat orange piece of shit with a dead brother? You're talking about that fucking scumbag who said no due process? You're talking about that motherfucker who built concentration camps and named them after the man-eating reptiles surrounding them? Talking about that piece of shit motherfucker? Yeah, we do call him the worst names in the fucking book. Want to know why? He doesn't view us as people.
I don't have to give you the catalog. It would be this thick. I'd need one of those Hakeem Jeffries notebooks to put up here and go through with you with all that. Look, there's a lot of heated rhetoric all around, and what I'm trying to advance here is this idea that we can have vigorous policy debates. That is the legacy of Charlie Kirk. He loved the debate. But he didn't hate the people on the other side, and that's what I'm trying to encourage.
Yes, he did. He said trans people are an abomination. He said gay people are an abomination. He said the civil rights movement was a mistake. And when a small black child asked him, I wouldn't be here talking to you without it, his response was, exactly. That's on video. Okay? So don't give me a fucking word about Charlie Kirk, the dead fascist, being the bastion of free speech, and he didn't hate his opponents when he quite literally would have fucking eradicated them if he had the goddamn choice.
All of us to remember, we can have vehement disagreements on policy, but it shouldn't be personal. At the end of the day, we're trying to bring people to our
Sorry, arrest every woman who has ever gotten an abortion is not a policy disagreement. That is straight up lunacy. That is lunacy.
our mode of thinking, and it's more effective that way when you handle it that way. And I think Charlie was a great example of that. Yeah.
This is the same motherfucker who said that Gavin Newsom should be tarred and feathered. Now, here's something that I want to show you, these two. I was telling you earlier about an Australian reporter that asked Trump a very basic question. I want you to take note of his response. I want you to watch how Trump is literally preparing to revoke the First Amendment.
It is inappropriate, President Trump, that a president in office should be engaged in so much business activity.
Well, I'm really not. My kids are running the business. I'm here. You know what the activity, where are you from?
I'm from the Australian Broadcasting Corporation, Four Corners program.
Well, the Australians, you're hurting Australia, right? In my opinion, you are hurting Australia very much right now. And they want to get along with me. You know, your leader is coming over to see me very soon. I'm going to tell him about you. You set a very bad tone.
Well,
go ahead, John. Maybe you can set a nicer tone.
So he just said that the people of Australia are going to suffer the consequences of this reporter asking him a question about his business dealings as the president. Meanwhile, we had to make sure Jimmy Carter gave up his fucking peanut farm because that may be a conflict of interest, but Donald Trump can profit $2 billion off of a fucking meme coin that he rug pulled his own dumbass, inferior vermin fucking followers from. And his fucking fail sons can profit billions and billions of dollars going right back into the Trump organization, which is owned by him while he's the president. I never want to hear a right-wing fucking rat ever bring up corruption again. This is the most corrupt man who has ever stepped foot in the Oval Office. Facts don't care about your feelings, you fucking redneck hick.
Deal, what does it want in return?
Quiet.
Excuse me, quiet. Dude, this guy's such a fucking piece of shit. Now I want to move on to this too. Here is Trump saying that he is going to attack ABC again. Just watch. Just take it from his fucking mouth.
That'll come to a vote, but we'll see what happens.
And what do you make Pam Bondi saying she's going to go after hate speech? Is that, I mean, a lot of your allies say hate speech is free speech.
Very basic question. And also, Charlie Kirk and Steven Crowder and Ben Shapiro have always said hate speech is free speech. And the thing is, they're right. You can say the N-word. You will have to deal with the consequences of that. They will be social consequences. You may lose your job, but you will not be fucking arrested. Now, I want you to watch how what Trump's answer to this question is.
We'll probably go after people like you because you treat me so unfairly. It's hate. You have a lot of hate in your heart. Maybe they'll come after.
He's saying the Attorney General, the entire weight of the Department of Justice is going to come after you because you asked me a question I didn't like. This is the same threat that he's giving to any and all media coverage who will not paint the Führer in a good light. Well, I'll do you a favor and I'll paint you in the accurate light. Fuck you, you orange, morbidly obese fascist. You are the fail son. Your dead brother was better than you. Fuck you. Shut the fuck up forever.
ABC. Well, ABC paid me $16 million recently for a form of hate speech, right? Your company paid me
for a form of hate speech. He said ABC paid me $16 million for a form of hate speech. He's talking about when they edited a Kamala Harris interview, which, by the way, all of his interviews on Fox News have been edited. There was one edit where it took him 4 minutes to answer a question, and they cut that down to 20 seconds. Do I give a fuck about that? No, because that's their right to edit their own fucking footage.
Dollars for a form of hate speech, so maybe they'll have to go after you. Look, we want to.
He's literally saying that by not painting me in a good light, that's hate speech. He's saying that by painting my opponent, Kamala Harris, in a good light, that is hate speech. That's what he's saying. He's saying because you edited that to make Kamala Harris look better, that's hate speech towards me. These people do not believe in freedom of speech. They believe in freedom of their speech.
Everything to be.
All right, that's what we got for there. And speaking of freedom of their speech, here's a picture of a actual college student who was arrested for look at this. Cameron Giselle Booker, 18, arrested after she was caught on video disrupting a vigil for Turning Point USA founder Charlie Kirk. Quote, any behavior that denigrates victims of violence is reprehensible and has no place on our campus and is not aligned with our values, Texas Tech University said in a statement. Federal law prevents Texas Tech University from commenting on individual student conduct matters. We take all reported violations seriously and address them under university policy and of the law. So real quick, I'm going to show you what this woman did, okay? And why is this, I got to reload the page. Now, I don't approve of what this woman did, but she has all the right in the world to do it, okay?
Homie dead. Homie dead. Homie dead. He got shot in the head. Homie dead.
Now, just so you know, there were right-wingers doing the same shit about George Floyd. They still make fun of George Floyd, and I'm not trying to compare George Floyd to Charlie Kirk. George Floyd was killed because of Charlie Kirk's rhetoric. Charlie Kirk was also killed because of Charlie Kirk's rhetoric, but that's a topic that nobody's ready to talk about. George Floyd was killed by a police officer who held his knee on his fucking neck for 7 minutes, okay? Charlie Kirk was sniped by a fucking alt-right groiper who thought that he was too loyal to Israel. I'm not trying to compare these two, but what I am trying to say is you motherfuckers danced and celebrated and cheered when George Floyd was killed, when Joe Biden got cancer, when Melissa Hortman was killed, and I thought it was fucked up, but in no way, shape, or form did I ever advocate for you to be rounded up and arrested for that, because guess what? That's freedom of speech. You're allowed to cheer and dance whenever somebody fucking dies. It's not illegal. Apparently not for Charlie Kirk.
Evil is real, people, and it kind of looks like that. Evil. Evil. Murder is bad. She is evil. Have not said. Why are you being so hateful?
Why are you so hateful? Why are you so hateful? Why are you so hateful? Yeah.
Hey, can somebody tell her to back up?
Can you not put the camera in my face?
I'm sitting here. You walked up to me.
Okay, well,
I don't want this. I said rest in peace.
And I can
Just leave it alone. Please don't come after
Ma'am,
me.
you've been
I want to be left alone.
I'm not emotional, ma'am. Don't tell me what I am and what I'm not. You can get out of my face, because I could tell you what you are, but you won't like it.
You're being aggressive.
Period, queen, fucking period. I can tell you what you are. You're not her. She's saying, I can tell you what you are. You're a fucking fascist.
Being aggressive.
I'm not being aggressive. My voice is very calm. You're calling me aggressive because I'm a black woman.
Not at all.
No, we're not. I'm very.
So this girl got arrested. She was arrested and expelled for this. Let me remind you, Charlie Kirk was not a politician, he was a podcaster. This woman got arrested for making jokes about a dead podcaster, and she was expelled from her university. And I want to point out something. J.D. Vance hosting the Charlie Kirk show is like so scary to me. That was like overnight, bro. Government, state-controlled media. Turning Point USA is like huge. The amount of views they get, it's huge. I hate every fucking word that comes out of it, but it is huge, and Charlie Kirk was not actually in the government. Then you put the vice president of the United States up there. It said J.D. Vance, longtime friend of Charlie Kirk. It didn't say J.D. Vance, vice president. If that doesn't ring alarm bells in your head for like fascist state-controlled media, then nothing will. You're too stupid to see what's going on around you. You might as well just shut the fuck up forever. I mean, dead ass. Dead fucking ass. This is what happened to the person who was mocking Charlie Kirk at Texas Tech. Fuck around and find out. Governor Greg Abbott, Hot Wheels there. That fucking loser whose legs don't work. Fuck you, your legs don't work. And to people out there watching this whose legs don't work, I feel bad for you. I don't feel bad for Hot Wheels Governor fucking Abbott. Piece of shit imp. Suck my fucking dick if you can make your way down there. You not put the camera in. You walked up to me. Yeah, we just watched that. I can't fucking believe this woman got arrested. Booker posted a $200 bond was released from jail on Saturday afternoon. It's unbelievable. Unbelievable. All right. Listen, I got shit to do. I gotta go. I'm not live today. Sorry about that. But again, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. It costs you nothing, and it helps me immensely. Do me one last favor. Click that video right over there. It's a banger. And I know bangers.